Good morning everyone, Anthony here. In today's video, it looks like it's gonna be a nice day out. I live in Florida, it's been raining, pouring every single day for like weeks now. It looks like it might not rain today, or it won't rain until like the afternoon. Usually it doesn't rain until the afternoon. So what we're gonna be doing today is the boot mode BMW M2 upgrade that gives anti-lag, rolling anti-lag. It does like a whole bunch of other features. Rolling anti-lag is the only one that I'm excited about. There's flexfuel now. It's the morning. We'll get into the details later. I got a shower now, and then we'll go out. We'll go to my garage, flash the car, and we'll take it for a little rip. Hopefully we can find, I just moved here. Hopefully we can find like a nice road to test this out on. Shouldn't be a problem with the rolling anti-lag. But with the launch control, I want to find a place where I can put my camera on the outside of the car. Why do I make my intro so long? Sync. Alright guys, so I guess the first thing we need to talk about is what mods I have on my M2. There's a ton of mods. There's probably like 30-40 grand I have done to this car. I'm only going to be going through the power mods. And it's just like basic stage 2 mods, nothing really special. So I have a list. I'm just going to look through my list right now. It's crazy how people are like so obsessed with their cars, and this isn't really to make fun of anyone. This is just saying like how I'm different, I guess. Like people can just rattle off all the mods that they have on their cars like at the drop of a dime pretty much, and me, I don't think about that stuff because one, I've did all these mods a couple years ago, and I don't really think about my car that much. Like I know it's fast, but it's not like that big of a part of my life. So I have the Inventory intake, the M Performance exhaust, stage 2 tuned by boot mode, the Wagner Comp 2 intercooler, and the FTP charge pipes, and the Fab Speed downpipe, and that's the catted version of it. And everything else is just little stupid stuff. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's my list of mods that I have done to the car. This is stuff that I haven't done yet. Only things in gray is stuff that I did. I also have the M3, M4 carbon front brace and aluminum brace. Who cares? So with this boot mode upgrade, you get map switching. So you'll be able to have 4 maps installed on the car, and then you'll use, I think you hold resume button for 3 seconds. We'll talk about that later, but you hold a button for 3 seconds and then you can switch between 4 maps with this switch thing right here. For stage 2, it lets you choose between map 1 is 91 octane ACN, so that's like Arizona, California, Nevada 91 gas. Map 2 is 91 octane. Map 3 is 93 octane, which is the tune that I currently run. And then map 4 is a flat torque map, which I don't really know about and have no experience about, and don't know what fueling that uses or anything. Map switching isn't really that important to me, especially now since I'm on stock turbo and whatever, and I don't use E85 or any different gases or anything. There's stage 2 plus, which also has this flat torque map, but it still doesn't say what fuel it uses. So yeah, with me, the plan is if I ever do upgrade the turbo to this, then I would have a 93 octane tune for this turbo, for the pure stage 2 turbo, and then I would also have an E85 tune with the turbo, just in case I can't find E85 gas. I can automatically switch to 93. So this is the one that I'm excited for though, is anti-lag, and what that allows you to do. So this car already has anti-lag, launch control anti-lag, which basically you hold down the brake and then you hold down the gas 100% when you're at a standstill, and it'll rev the car up to like 3000 RPM, 3500 RPM, I forget what it is. Then when you let off the brake, it'll launch the car at 3500 RPM. So you'll launch with boost and you'll launch with more power, as opposed to just launching at idle, which is 1200 RPM. So that'll give you a quicker time off the line for like drag racing, and even like autocross, it may be helpful to get a better start off the line or whatever. Now this is rolling anti-lag. So for people who roll race, which is 2 cars, say you're roll racing, you both start out at 30 miles an hour, And roll racing is nice because some cars are really powerful to where they don't get like any traction if they start at a dig, if they start at a standstill. So then they'll be roll racing, so then their tires won't spin as much off the line because they're already starting at 30 miles an hour or 40 miles an hour, whatever. So that's what this rolling anti-lag does, is I think you hold this button up and then nail the gas, and then that'll raise the RPMs to like 3,000, 3,500, something like that. And then you'll be able to launch at, when you're driving 30, 40 miles an hour, you'll be able to launch at 3,500 RPM with maximum amount of boost, or whatever boost is set in the boost target, I guess. I don't really know how that differs. Say that you're in like second gear at 3,500 RPM going 30 miles an hour or whatever. I guess I do understand the difference is that this will give you more options in case you're out of your power band or out of your gear set or whatever. I'm not going to get into all that complicated stuff. Flexfuel is another feature that this huge boot mode update has. This will let you run mixed gases and mixed ethanol content gases. So say that you have like E30 in your car, the tune will automatically adapt for the ethanol content in your gas. So say you have like E30 mix in your car, the tune will be at a lower power band, but then if you fill it up with E85, it'll adapt all the parameters in the tune to give you more power based on the better fuel. You do need a ethanol sensor or a flex fuel sensor, which I don't have, and you have to buy that separately. I don't know which one is compatible or if they are all. Flex fuel connected over CAN bus, so it doesn't seem like there's a specific one, but I'm sure like if you go through the forums, you'll find a specific one that is like the best or what people mostly use and whatever. So let's get this flashed right now. So basically we're just going to start the car into ECC mode or whatever it's called, error correcting RAM mode. I don't know what that is, but so then we launch like the boot mode program and it'll say like, oh, it's connected to the car. So it says OBD agent is connected and up and running. So now we'll download we're going to do the multi-stage tune map and get tune and select yes for that. Now I think I have custom parameters that I usually run. Yeah, so it says custom ROM down here. Let me look at this and then I'll get back to you. All right, so this is how my car is already configured. We're looking at the tune that's already on my car, just a regular version 5.9 stage 2 tune from boot mode for the BMW M2. So I have the exhaust burbles just set to original, GTS startup raw I have on, so that just makes it a little bit louder on startup. It's like blipping the throttle on startup pretty much. Max cooling mode I have off. Everything's pretty much set on OEM here except for the GTS startup roar, but I have some set to original, and original means how it was originally set for the map, and then OEM is how it was originally set from the factory from BMW. So I have some of them set to OEM and some of them set to I have speed limiter turned off, but I think that's how it is. We'll go and transfer these settings to the new tune, is right here, and we'll just go to config, and all right, exhaust burble original to the tune. Yep, now we can flash this. All right, let's just flash this and hope for the best. But what does it say? So it says boost target is 13 psi for, so this is for anti-lag, and 3,000 RPM it'll start at. And then this is all of it, just flashing my car. Anti-lag has the following safeties. Maximum oil temperature is 130, maximum exhaust gas temperature is 1100 Celsius. That's other thing with launch control on this car from factory. You have to let the car warm up a bit before it lets you use launch control. So we're gonna have to drive around a little bit to let the car warm up, because I'm sure this has a minimum oil temperature of 158. So you can't use rolling anti-lag unless your car is warmed up to 158 degrees oil temperature. and minimum pedal input is 70%. So you don't, I guess that means you don't have to floor it. You can just floor it 70%, like hold this button up and go 70% throttle. We'll see. I didn't read all this stuff because it's kind of... So I'll just wait for this to complete and then I'll get back to you guys. So this definitely does take longer to flash than usual, and I would assume that's because it's flashing 4 maps to the car instead of just 1. I mean, it's only taken maybe like 3 minutes or so. It's not too long, but it definitely did take a little bit longer than normal. But this is just it finishing up and doing whatever. Then it'll give me a pop-up telling me to like turn off the car and wait 30 seconds and then start the car. And yep, that's what we just got, like literally as I stopped recording. So it says multi-map stage 2 flashed successfully, turn off ignition, wait 5 seconds and then start the car. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4, 5 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi more. And we'll it's gonna get crazy loud in here, but we'll start it up with my exhaust opened, and I always start it in DSC off mode. That's gonna be really loud, I'm sorry guys. Well, you guys probably love it. Neighbors around, you know. Alright, so it says to use the map switching, hold resume for 3 seconds, and then use this to switch between maps. 1, 2, 3. Didn't really do anything. Oh. Okay. So yeah, and then do we just press resume again to set it? Now press, oh, I guess it just automatically does it. So it says to check ethanol content, and mine I guess should be 10%. I don't have an ethanol sensor, so it's not going to read anything, but we're just going to see what this does. To check ethanol content live and in dash on the RPM gauge, press the down cruise control button and hold. We'll just see what it does without an ethanol sensor. I guess it doesn't do anything. That makes sense. Now, I did want to look at what this live adjust thing is, so we'll do that off camera and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so basically all this does, so say map 1, so if I click on, let's say map 2, and it'll go up to 2 on there, but all it does is let you adjust. I don't know if you're selecting the map, like if I select map 2 on the car in the laptop, if that's the same as selecting map 2 with this, but it seems all you can do with this is adjust the exhaust burble, and then also you can override the fuel sensor, which it says the flex fuel sensor, which I don't have, and it says not to do for whatever reason, so I'm not even going to talk about that here. But it seems all, and what this does is you can adjust your exhaust burble without having to reflash the tube, without having to do that entire process that we just went through. Okay guys, let's go for a ride. I have like a ton of electronics going on here that you guys don't even see at all. Camera's recording, audio's recording, seatbelt's on. We need to put an ND filter on you when we get out. My laptop's here doing a data log. I have a garage door opener now because I have a garage. Look how bright the sun is in Florida. The more electronics I get, the more complicated editing videos gets. We have to stop and get gas. I don't know if I said that yet. I've been doing YouTube for a couple years now. I still don't know how people talk on these camera things because I can't do 2 things at once. And I feel like I completely forgot how to turn on anti-lag. if you want to hear this car too, I'll link the video in the comments. There's a video where I have this car mic'd up. Back when I lived in Pennsylvania, you can hear the exhaust better. So I have the exhaust and the intake mic'd, and the way that I edited the video, some of it you can only hear the intake, and other parts you can only hear the exhaust. Like I separated the audio, and then other parts is with intake and exhaust both going on. And I think it's mixed in with in-car audio as well. Lots of microphones on my car for that video. But onto the gas. So far, I don't notice a difference just driving around. When I was in my driveway, it felt like it idled a little bit more rougher, which it shouldn't do because the stage 2 tune is the same tune that I had on this car. Like, there's no change in the tune going on. It just added a couple more features. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was just like a anomaly type thing. Is there a police officer in the middle of the street? Yeah, what is he doing here? Maybe directing a church or something. It's crazy. The police officer is wearing a green uniform in Florida. It's a little bit weird. And yeah, I guess it's just for the church that's going on right now. How are you supposed to back the blue when they were green? Who knows? I don't know. I'm gonna try a different gas station too that I never been to, just to see if they have E85. I don't think that they do. Oh, actually, let's go to another gas station that's outside of town, and then we'll be able to get a little bit of highway driving. This is the gas station I was gonna try, but I doubt that they have E85. I mean, we can just look at the pump. Yeah, no. It's a little bit weird in Florida. They sell 89 octane unleaded, which I think maybe is for like lawnmowers. I've read maybe that's better for lawnmowers or something, but yeah, they still sell unleaded or leaded fuel. Whatever you normally have 89 in, they sell the opposite of it as well as the normal version of it. So you can get 89 leaded and unleaded. And from what I was researching, leaded fuel doesn't make any difference in a car, in the cars of today. I think maybe it's for like carbureted engines or like lawnmowers and stuff like that. And I should probably be careful about driving too fast. I mean, I'm doing 50 and the speed limit's 45 here, but because I don't have my Florida's driver's license yet, I did find my birth certificate, so I can get it. I just haven't went down there yet. So many things on my to-do list all the time, and I could be doing the things that will not get me in trouble first, but instead I'm doing this stuff to my car. Also, thank you guys who commented on my like house renovation videos, saying that the videos were entertaining. I don't think my videos are that entertaining, and I want to make them more scripted and entertaining and all that stuff. I think it's just me being boring and rambling about stuff and saying like whatever all the time. Nice red BMW right there. We can probably use anti-lag here, try it out, but I don't know if I don't really want to do it on a public road where there's a lot of cars, just in case I spin out or something and there's more car accident. If I do it on an empty road, I guess we can just try it. Is it hold up? Yeah, no, I don't think that's it. I don't even remember how to turn it on anyway. Unless maybe it's only for automatic mode that it works in, and it doesn't work in manual mode. I guess we'll try. Yeah, that's not it. This car is downshifted though, from 7th to 3rd. And it could also be anti-lag's not enabled right now, because the car is not warmed up all the way, but it could be, it probably isn't, so we'll just chalk it up to that. Alright, I think we're good to go again. I don't know if I want to see if launch control is active now. Not in a parking lot, because it's going to draw way too much attention. And I have to get on the highway again somehow, and I don't know which highway I was even on to begin with. I know that the highway is that way, but I don't know the name of the highway I was on. So I just wanted to pull out of the gas pump to set up all my camera and recording stuff again. Some guy like followed me off the highway to the gas pump just to talk about my car. I don't have it recorded because I shut off all that stuff, but he was a cool guy. Some people I like really, some people don't like, it's not people's fault, it's my fault, because sometimes I'm busy and I don't want to talk to someone, so it gets like kind of annoying. But I totally understand, like, people don't realize that I don't want to talk about my car. Like, I don't want to talk to my car about my car in that very moment, so and there's no way for someone just looking at me in my car, like, they probably think I'm being an asshole, because there's no way for them to know that I don't want to talk about my car. There's no way for them to know that I'm busy and all that stuff, if that makes sense. We will drive on the highway for 2 more minutes. It's 12:20 now, so we'll drive on the highway for 2 more minutes. Why do I keep filling my videos with useless stuff that no one cares about? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take a pit stop and see, when I would stop, see how to turn that on, how to turn on anti-lag. Unless it's hold down set. No, it's not. That's not what he did in the video. Maybe it's hold down cruise control button. No, because that just turns on cruise control. Alright, there's no way that I should be grabbing my laptop to look while I'm driving. I'm probably driving too fast for it to work too, to be honest, because you're not going to be using anti-lag when you're driving 80 miles an hour. So I'm probably driving too fast for it. That's got to be what it is. We'll get off at this exit. Yeah, this exit I got off of last time, so I know where I am. And then we'll try it at 30 miles an hour. Pull over and look this up. Alright, it seems to me that anti-lag is only enabled, I have to be driving, my car has to be above 3,000 RPM. I thought that 3,000 RPM is what it will launch at, but we'll go try that. If that doesn't work, I'm just gonna go home, and this is gonna be a failed video. Well, I mean, at least I talked about the features, and I don't know what I demonstrated enough. So that could have been why it wasn't working on the highway, because I was driving at like 2,000 RPM or something. I don't know if that did anything different. Why is it? It sounds like it stutters a bit or something too. Like, this is full throttle, above 3 grand, no anti-lag. You hear it breaking up like that? I know my car is, the temperature range is good on it. It's at 199 coolant, 182 oil, And technically the oil and coolant should be the same temperature because they like run through the same heat exchanger. I don't know what's going on. And also that like stuttering, kind of concerning. It only did it in 3rd gear. Now there's a car behind me, so I can't really test it much more. Alright, so I just tried this. There's still a car behind me, but whatever. I just tried this to try the brake up. So I switched to the ACN 91 tune, which is map 1. So just to rule out if it's a fueling issue, if maybe the fuel's not as good here in Florida and the 93 isn't as good here in Florida, and that's what I'm getting the brake up issue with because it's not enough fuel for the tube. So I'm like, all right, I'll switch down to the ACN 91 tune and we will see if it still breaks up. And we'll try that now in 4th gear. I don't know if it's going to do it in 4th gear, but it definitely did it the last time that I just tried this. Yeah, you could hear it breaking up in 4th gear. So I don't know. Doesn't sound too good. We'll try whatever this flat torque thing is. So the flat torque one, it definitely does feel just like flat torque, and the car doesn't have a ton of torque coming at you when you do that. It does seem just like an anomaly or part of that tune, the 90 ACN 91 and the 93 tune. We'll try it again when we get a little bit of straight road. Yeah, so that felt a little bit better. That did feel better. There wasn't any breakup in that. Me asking a tuner or whatever, because I'm not logging this right now. They're just going to be like, well, go back and take logs. We need to look at the logs to see what's happening. And yeah, that makes like a ton of sense. But I am not doing that right now. That will be for another day. Alright, I'll meet you guys back at my house and we'll close off this video. I feel like this is a long video. Okay, I posted in the forums. I have a ton of stuff in my hands. I posted in the forums. It's been like an hour or two since I made that video, since I last recorded this. I posted in the forums that I asked for questions. I asked my question. You can't see me at all because I'm being stupid. Wait. Oh, hi. I asked if it had to be in DCT mode, manual, or if automatic. I'm done with this video. If I get an answer, I'll update it or something. I'll post in the comments, but I can't figure out how to get it to work. If this clip looks like a disaster, clean your ND filter number 32.